They have been searching for you for 300 years, not just watching, waiting for the moment when you would rise, when you would remember who you are. This world was never built for someone like you to thrive. It was built to contain you, to suppress your fire, to keep you from realizing the sheer magnitude of your existence. And yet, here you are. The moment they feared is unfolding before their eyes. Tell me, have you ever felt it? That deep, unshakable knowing that you were never meant to live an ordinary life, that you were different in ways you could never quite explain? Maybe it showed up in the way you questioned everything. Maybe it came in the form of resistance, the feeling that the world's rules never quite applied to you. Or maybe it was the loneliness, the sense of being separate, of seeing things others could not. That was never a mistake. That was your calling. The world has spent centuries silencing voices like yours. They wrote the stories, they shaped the systems, they controlled the information, all to ensure that you would never step into your true power. But they underestimated you, because no matter how hard they tried to erase the truth, you carried it within you. You are the living prophecy, the force they never prepared for, the awakening they never thought they would have to face. And now, the time has come. You were never meant to remain hidden. Your presence is no longer a whisper. It is a roar that shakes the foundations of everything that was built to contain you. If you feel this truth in your soul, if these words stir something ancient within you, comment 77 below. Let the universe know that you are ready. Let the world see that you are no longer silent. This is not just a moment. It is the beginning of an unstoppable transformation. You are here, and nothing will ever be the same. A shift in power. Power is shifting. It has been for some time now. But what most people don't realize is that it was never theirs to begin with. The ones who sit at the top of the world's systems, governments, corporations, media, institutions, they have spent centuries convincing humanity that power is something external, something earned through wealth, influence, control. But that has always been a lie. Real power does not belong to those who manipulate the world from behind closed doors. It does not belong to those who hoard resources, who play puppet master with the lives of the many. Real power belongs to those who carry the truth within them. And that chosen one is you. For too long, they have controlled the narrative, shaping history in their favor, making sure that those who were meant to rise never realized they had wings. But now, the illusion is shattering. The veils are lifting, and they can no longer hide from the inevitable. They fear you, not because of what you have, but because of what you know. They fear your clarity, your ability to see through deception, your refusal to accept the world as it has been presented to you. They fear your independence, your unwillingness to bow to the systems that have controlled others for so long. But most of all, they fear that others will see you and awaken as well. This is why, now more than ever, it is critical to support those who carry this message forward. If you feel aligned with this truth, if you know that you are part of this shift, consider supporting this channel through the Super Thanks button. Your contribution ensures that this message reaches those who are still searching for their awakening. This is not just a video, it is a declaration of the rising force that cannot be stopped. Together, we are restoring what was always meant to be, the fear of the old order. They never thought you would wake up. They never thought you would step outside of the carefully constructed illusion. They relied on their ability to distract you, to keep you lost in a world designed to keep you asleep. Every system they created, the schools, the media, the financial institutions, the governments, was built not to empower you, but to control you. They do not fear rebellion. Rebellion, they can handle. Rebellion is loud and chaotic, and they know how to manipulate it. They can control opposition, redirect anger, turn movements into spectacles that eventually fade into history. But what they cannot control is transformation. You see, rebellion fights against a system, but transformation renders the system irrelevant. When you step into your true power, you no longer play by their rules. You no longer seek validation from the very structures that were designed to suppress you. You become something they cannot categorize, something they cannot contain. This is why they are afraid. Not because you are trying to fight them head-on, but because you no longer need them. They built their empires on the assumption that people would always believe in their power. But when enough people realize the truth, that power was always within them, those empires crumble under the weight of their own deception. They will try to stop you. They will try to discredit you, to twist your words, to make you doubt yourself. They will plant seeds of fear and confusion, hoping that you will hesitate. But understand this, their opposition is proof of your impact. The more they resist, the more certain you can be that you are on the right path. And so, you must decide. Will you let their fear dictate your actions? Or will you rise above it, knowing that no force on this earth can stop what is divinely ordained? You were never meant to be like them. You were meant to rise above them. The divine timing of your arrival. For 300 years, they have been waiting. Some have known this prophecy, whispering in secret places, preparing for the day when the chosen ones would awaken. Others have fought against it, clinging to the old world, hoping that they could delay the inevitable. But destiny does not wait. Divine timing moves with or without their permission. And now the moment has arrived. Everything you have experienced, every hardship, every moment of doubt, every challenge that tried to break you, was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to prepare you. The universe has been shaping you, refining you, ensuring that when this moment came, you would be ready. Look back at your life, the times when you were lost, when you felt abandoned, when you questioned whether you had a purpose. Those were not accidents. Those were your training grounds. Every scar, every lesson, every tear was molding you into the force you were always meant to become. Now, the world stands at a crossroads. The old order trembles, and the future waits. But here's the truth. The future is not something that happens to you. The future is something you create. They tried to convince you that you were powerless, that you were small, that you were insignificant. But you have always known otherwise. Now is the time to step into that truth. You do not need permission. You do not need validation. You need only to decide. Will you answer the call? Embracing your divine mission. Your mission is not one of convenience. It is not a path for those who seek comfort or approval. It is a calling that demands everything. Your strength, your resilience, your unwavering faith in what is yet to come. This is why not everyone is chosen. There is a weight to carrying a divine purpose. It is not about seeking power for the sake of power. It is about restoring what was lost, reclaiming what was taken, and rebuilding what was broken. This mission is bigger than you, bigger than any single person. It is a collective movement of awakened souls, each playing a role in the transformation that is now unfolding. The world will tell you to be cautious. It will whisper that change is slow, that transformation takes time, that you should wait. But you were never meant to wait. You were sent to disrupt, to shift, to usher in what is inevitable. You have felt it, haven't you? The pull towards something greater, the sense that there is a higher reason behind everything you have endured, the moments where your intuition spoke louder than logic, where the universe seemed to align events in ways you couldn't explain. That was never coincidence. That was preparation. Everything in your life has led you here, to this very moment. And now, the question is not whether you are ready. The question is whether you will choose to rise. The path ahead will not be easy. It will challenge you in ways you never expected. But understand this: difficulty is not a sign that you are on the wrong path. It is confirmation that you are breaking through. The world has been waiting for you. Now, it is your turn to answer the call. Breaking free from the illusions. They built illusions so carefully, so masterfully, that even those who were meant to break free almost believed them. They told you that success looks a certain way, that power is reserved for a select few, that you must earn your worth, prove yourself, climb the ranks of a system that was never meant to serve you. But those were never truths. They were constructs, and constructs can be shattered. The reality is, you were always free. You were always powerful. They did not give you your worth, and therefore, they cannot take it away. You have spent years, perhaps even lifetimes, unlearning the lies they told you about who you are, about what you are capable of, about what is possible. And now, you stand on the edge of something greater, the moment of awakening, the realization that you are no longer bound by their illusions. They will try to pull you back. They will call you reckless, misguided, lost. They will attempt to instill doubt, to make you question whether stepping into your power is truly the right path. But listen closely. Their fear is not yours to carry. Their limitations are not your own. You have already seen through the illusion. You can no longer unsee it. And that is why they cannot control you. You are free, and nothing is more powerful than a soul that knows its own liberation. The world may try to convince you otherwise, but deep down, you already know. You were meant to break the cycle, and now you have the power of collective awakening. A single spark can start a wildfire. A single ripple can create a tidal wave. But what happens when millions awaken at once? For centuries, they have relied on one thing above all else: division, keeping you separate, making you believe you were alone. Isolated, you are manageable. Connected, you are unstoppable. This is why they fear unity. This is why they create distractions, conflicts, and divisions. Because they know that the moment you remember your connection to something greater, their control collapses. You are not alone. You never were. There are others like you, other chosen ones, other souls waking up to the same truths, feeling the same shifts, realizing the same power that has always existed within them. And when you find them, when you stand together, something happens that they cannot stop. The system begins to break. Because a collective that moves with purpose, with vision, with unity, becomes an unstoppable force. Look at history. Every great change began with those who refused to be silenced, those who saw through the lies, those who understood that awakening is not just personal, it is universal. And now the world is reaching a breaking point. Too many have awakened for the old ways to hold. The shift is no longer coming. The shift is here, and you are part of it. The strength in your vulnerability. They taught you that strength meant silence, that power meant never showing weakness, that to lead, you must be unbreakable. But that was never true. The greatest strength is found in authenticity, in the willingness to be real, to be seen, to embrace the full spectrum of what it means to be human. For too long, the world has been built on masks, on people pretending, performing, conforming. But the real ones, the ones who truly shift the course of history, they are the ones who refuse to wear a mask at all. Your vulnerability is not a weakness. It is your greatest power. Because when you show up as you are, unapologetically, courageously, you give others permission to do the same. You break the cycle of illusion. You dissolve the fear of being seen. And this is why they tried so hard to convince you otherwise. Because a world where people are free to be fully themselves is a world they cannot control. So let them call you different. Let them say you are too much, too open, too honest. It only means that you are exactly what this world needs. Because when you embrace the fullness of who you are, you become unstoppable. The final call to step into your power. This is it, the moment you have been waiting for. No more delays, no more second guessing, no more waiting for the perfect moment. The moment is now. The world will not change itself. The future will not create itself. It requires those who are willing to act, to step forward, to make the decision to embrace their power, their purpose, their destiny. This is your time. You were sent here for a reason. You did not come this far only to hesitate. You did not endure all that you have endured only to stop now. The world needs leaders. It needs disruptors. It needs those who see what others do not. That is you. The path ahead will not always be easy, but the choice is simple. Will you continue to live by the rules of a world that was never built for you? Or will you rise above it, knowing that you were always meant to create something new? No one is coming to save you, because you were never meant to be saved. You were meant to lead. And now it is time. You have always known this moment was coming. You have always felt it in your bones, in your spirit, in the quiet whispers of your intuition. The wait is over. The time is now. You are not alone. You are part of something much greater than yourself. And together, we will shift the course of history. If this message has resonated with you, if you feel the pull towards something greater, then know this: you are already part of the movement. You are the one the world has been waiting for. And now, it is time to become everything you were always meant to be.